Alright, I guess that's about it. I'm going to try to actually make a video out of this hodgepodge. I'm not real good talking at the camera. We'll see how it comes out. Today's video is going to be all about showers. I had this portable shower set up in the Homestead, and it was okay, but my object is to try not to make it feel like camping forever. Our plan is to be off-grid for quite a few months. And, you know, face it, camping's great, but after a while, you're sick and tired of the chores and all that good stuff. Biggest thing to the solar shower is it just comes out in a trickle. And the more water you use, it creates a vacuum, and the trickle gets less and less unless you, like, squeeze the bag or something. And besides, this one has developed a pinhole somewhere, I don't know where. So, in full disclosure, which seems to be a popular word nowadays, I was watching a Bush Radical video, and he come up, I don't know if he even come up with the idea, but he demonstrated making a shower out of a bug sprayer tank for your yard. So immediately I seen that and jumped all over it. It's one of the only big channels for bushcraft and off-grid living that I watch. He doesn't do any of the drama stuff. Or Bush Radical does a lot of filming in Alaska at the homestead up there, and the off-grid property he owns up there, along with Girl in the Woods. They've been married halfway to forever, but guess what? That's right, Mikey. Michiganders. That's where the homestead is. But I'm going to adapt this so we can take a normal shower with a normal shower head with a little bit of pressure. The plan is to fill this with hot water. I tested some water and where it feels comfortable. It's more than Luke, but not enough to scald you. It's about 102 degrees, which I think this thing will handle. It's got a nice steel pump on it. It does have an overpressure valve, which probably won't be needed. This thing goes up to, well, it goes up to 80 psi if you really pump the heck out of it. But I pumped it up to about between 40 and 60 yesterday, and it went for quite a while. It had a good pressure. This tank holds like 3.5 gallons, and I went with the steel because it looked a little more durable than the plastic style. The only thing I'm going to change that came with this tank is the rubber hose that connect the sprayer, because it's kind of limp. So I upgraded to a better hose. It's actually got a little body and a little thickness to it and reinforcement and stuff. That little one kinked up all the time. So basically, I want to go from the hose to the handle that came with it. Instead of having a knob that you have to keep turning on, turning off, turning on, this here is just a pressure. So you just hit it to get water and then let go, and it shuts itself off. If you need two hands to like rinse your shampoo out of your hair, it has a little lever at the bottom that you just lift up and it holds it on, and then you just bump it and it turns off. But anyhow, so plastic hose from the tank to the handle, and some of this stuff is kind of hard to find. They don't want somebody crawling under the house and accidentally hooking a gas pipe up to their shower. So they make it kind of hard. This right here is what the sprayer hooked onto, the sprayer wand, which had this little buckle on it. I tried doing the sprayer and the mist came out kind of fine. I suppose you could use it if you didn't have a shower head, but you know, drill the hole out to get more of a stream. But I want to go with a conventional shower head. So I had to convert this thread right here over to, I think they called it sink threads. That's where one of your lines that go to your faucet hooks up to. And now I'm able to get that to a compression fitting, which is one of the fittings with the little lock ring. And this is 3/8 copper. It's old recycled pipe. I just sanded it down, and then I put a little coat of polyurethane on it. One of the benefits of cleaning up your recycled pipe is you can see all the little dents, and if there's any cracks or anything in there, the sandpaper won't get the dirt out and you'll be able to see them if there's any punctures or anything like that. So that goes into there with a compression fitting. I'm not going to do it right now until I'm ready to install it, but that goes on with a compression fitting. And then on the upper end, I have to use my crimp tool and put a flare on this, and then we have a flared fitting that converts it over to 1/2" pipe thread, which goes directly into the arm through the wall to the shower head. So it wasn't too bad, except for this little taper. This conversion fitting was like $7 and something. So, oh, and I wanted to mention, I shopped all over in the brass fittings and stuff. The best place I've found with the most variety was good old Ace Hardware. Home Depot didn't cover it. It seems like they always had one piece that I needed that they didn't have. Ace Hardware had the goods. When I install it permanently, I'll put tape on everything that needs it. Some of them don't. And then we'll get it all hooked up. So anyhow, that will give us a nicer shower and make it feel a little bit like home. And you know, we don't have to worry about it. So I think this tank will work just fine. And it looks okay, you know, it's all chrome and nice, rust resistant. And I really like the pressure gauge on it. Alright everybody, described in a video all the pieces and parts of this, but it didn't make sense without the ending. So we have our tank, and I got just a couple of quarts of water in there, pressurized. I have the rubber hose. I got a droop in it right here, so it will drip in the tub if it, you know, leaks. Up here, into the handle, up the copper, through the wall. That was a difficult part without a bender. Out the wall, up to 1/2" galvanized, to the shower head. You want to see how it works? For a hand pump thingy. Pretty awesome. Has a great stream to it. I can't wait to take a shower. Isn't that cool? So I'm just going to fill this up with like 102 degrees, maybe 100 degrees. It's a good temperature for a shower. It's hot, but it's not scalding. And I think the seals and everything in there can handle that. This is just zip tied. If I come up with a better way, I'll do it. Probably a couple of those, a couple of these things, pipe straps, would be nice. And before I do that, I want to see how it's on an angle. I want to shim this out so this nut is square. I don't know why, but it bugs me. But it works. So now we have an almost real shower. Alright folks, tuning in. It has been a busy weekend. Got the shower. Good to go. This system works so good. I'm gonna get another one and use it on the kitchen sink. We got the water or the gas right here, and got a new floor in where the water heater is going to go. I still have to drywall that wall and that wall. This one I'm waiting on because it's out of plumb and stuff. I might have to rebuild it, but we can get our water heater installed. I got a little kitchenette made, complete with cabinets. Need glass for that one. It's got 2 shelves. this little booger over here, and then the big one over the sink. So I have room under there. Oh, that's the drain, but I have room under there to put the pump, and then I will hook it to the faucet, and you just turn on the faucet and the water will come out. Pretty awesome. Oh, there's one of Susie's many bottles of mustard she seems to be collecting. I got the gas line spigot right there. That's where the refrigerator is going to sit. I got the line running. This is going to be flooring, or under the floor, into the water heater. The floor, there was a wall here with a little skinny door. That's why I cut this corner off to have, there was like 18 inches to get through the door. So I cut that corner off and then tore the wall down, and now we got all the room in the world. So I might be gluing that piece back on there, we'll see. But that's going to be floor out to here. So we got that pretty good. I got a bunch of trim around the doors to block the spiders and the wind. I got this window trimmed out. It turned out pretty decent, pardon all the crap. Some of this trimmed out. Just to make it look a little nicer. We need weather strip on that door bad. Somebody had peeled it off. And I need a piece of 1x up there. This door is totally wrong for this hole. Look how they got the hinges. But I'm not fixing it right now. Just making it livable. And then outside, Susie's filling the bird feeder my uncle just gave her. There's her big tote. And over here, the slab cured up nice, and I already put the bottles away, but we got the regulator. I got tin foil on it so I won't get any mud daubers in the end of the pipe. But I got it all rigged up. The guy sold me the wrong 1/4 inch copper tubing. It's actually like thin walled, and I don't want that. So I have to make new copper tubing to actually hook the tank. That's where the tank sat, and right there we signed in. And so what was I saying? Oh, once I redo that tubing, then we can fill the tanks and hook it up permanent. But all in all, it's coming along, almost ready for winter. More firewood, more coming. We're taking the 4-wheeler home to put the snow plow and stuff on it. We had our first major fire. It was awesome. Oh, speaking of which, see this here old thing? Most people see it as an old futon. I'm going to fold it flat and stack logs on it. Right now I'm cutting some pine back there for the power lines because they were just hacking it. They're working on the lines right now. So I am cutting some proper fence posts, and they will go on here to dry and cure. Plus, when I get my sawmill, I will use that for a log rack, for obviously not giant logs because it'll crush it, but it's going to get repurposed. So that's about it. We're packing up to go home. Got the 4-wheeler on there, generator's running. Got to clean out the van, pack up, hit the road, and stop somewhere and get breakfast. Y'all play nice.